What's good, everybody? Coming back to y'all with another video. So I'm going to make this real quick. Thank you for all my supporters. People that like, comment, shared. Well, yeah, like, comment, and shared my videos. Also, just gonna say a few things. All of y'all should have this. This is a tire repair kit. You know, same thing as the cars, but for trucks. You repair the plugs in, you plug up your tire. If you got a screw in it, get you off the side of the road, back to the shop. I've actually ran with the tire plug in my one of my drive tires for 8 months, and it still held up before I decided to change the tire. And then even on one of those, I actually plugged it up and then went to the shop and had them pull that plug out and then add their own plug to it. Saved a couple dollars. Yeah, so tire plug kit is a must, especially if you're flatbed, especially if you're running a lot of dedicated accounts as an owner operator. Have that on there, because when I was with Walmart, I ran over a lot of nails running into these Walmart stores. For some reason, every time you get in them docks, they got nails in the ground. So they had that. And also, impact gun. Really, I have Cobalt everything at the house, so this is what I got, which a Milwaukee or a DeWalt will probably be 10 times better than this, because this couldn't even break the bolt on the what the fuck that thing called? Splash guard in between the truck and the rear tire thing. But I mean, I got the fender hanger, mud flap hangers off with this. But if it's something that's over torqued, yeah, this ain't gonna work. But also update. I've been doing a lot of stuff with my truck, but as of right now, I figured I'll show y'all what I did. This has been in the workings, but I'd give it a 4 out of 10, because the only thing I would say was hard was connecting all the holes to make them fit. I went 50% on these holes. You'll see. So check. Boom. Miss. Made it. Made it. Missed it. Ta. But yeah, see, as you can see, I put flooring in the truck. This is the same flooring I have at my house that I did like 5 years ago. Ripped up the old flooring that was in there, put this down in there, pulled up some of the tiles as well. So the floor in the house actually is like this, which is nice because it feels like I'm still at home. Also, when I had the bunk heater on last night, the floor actually stayed warm. Now with the little black rubber stuff or whatever that's originally for the truck, when I had that in here and I had the bunk heater on sometime earlier this year and last year, there would be cold spots on the floor. But with this setup, the floor stayed nice and warm. So when I got a knock at the door this morning to go dock, I thought I was going to step onto a cold floor, but it was nice and warm. Just open the doors, like, hey, what's going on? He said, you got your bills, blah 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 blah. Yeah, and on about my day. But it was nice. It was refreshing. I didn't have to get cold feet waking up. But as you can see, let me just give you a little detour of this. So I only have 2 of those in. Oh, this is what I have underneath it. This is why I'm going to redo the floor, because it's about 2 millimeters and there's still space underneath it. But it's secured to the floor there, secured to the wall. It's secured to the floor here, and then it's secured to the floor here where the seat belt bracket is, and all that other stuff. So actually, I didn't go to the wall because, like I said, this is just the first time doing it. Just to have something in since I had to get back on the road. But I'm gonna redo all this, actually go to the wall and then trim this out properly, And also what I'm going to end up doing is most likely move this inverter to this side, because there's like 4 holes over here, and there's like a hole that's back here that's covered up with a black plastic piece. I actually remove and put up here. So when I move that inverter back here, the inverter's going to sit in the wardrobe closet, and I'm gonna get under, reroute those wires to the inverter over here as well. So I'm gonna have to figure out exact position of that hole, cut it out, seal it up as well once I put the cords through it, to where now everything's situated over here. Now I also got this. This is for the inverter to turn on and off or whatever, even though you have it for the switch down here. But that turns it off. And also when I have the refrigerator plugged in, that will, if I accidentally hit that, that will turn off the refrigerator, which is not good. So I kind of want to move that over here, but then again, it's still good right here. So I don't know at that point. But also I'm gonna get rid of the passenger seat, and I'm gonna do some kind of makeshift cabinet that I've seen in some of the Facebook pages that I'm subscribed to, where they put a sink, they put a cabinet in with a sink, and the sink drains into like one of those Walmart 5-gallon jugs, and then they have another 5-gallon jug that siphons the water out to go into the sink. So that's kind of thing I'm looking at. But also I want to make it to where I can have a place to put my triangles, my cleaning supplies, and my oils, and any coolant and windshield wiper fluid. So all of those are going to still stay in this area, but just without the seat, which will be good. Now, as far as the flooring, I was gonna go all the way up to the front, but then I'm sitting there thinking about, it's like, I don't want to deal with the hassle of that whole situation underneath the steering wheel, underneath the foot pedals, because it's flat, but then it goes like 30 degrees, and then towards like the door, it goes up into another angle like that. So I'm like, I don't really want to deal with that with this floor. But this right here is it's called Cliffside Oak. You can get the flooring from Lowe's. It's like $4 and some change. But same flooring I have at the house, that I had in the house for the last 5 years. I think I only got like what is it? I think I only have like 4 more of these planks left, which means that if I were to actually redo the floor, then I would have to reuse some of these pieces that I already have on here. And honestly, I got 2 underneath the bunk that I could reuse, because they're only cut off at certain ends, so I could space it out. But the only issue I would have is right here in the middle, because everything has to go out about 2 inches on both sides. So that changes the dynamics of everything else. But if I can't find the same flooring still in stock, then I would just have to change it up. But as of right now, thinking about moving the flooring back to where it meets that natural transition between the front and the back, and putting a transition strip right there, to where the back is the only part that has the flooring, and the front just stays with that black rubber mat. And of course, when you close the curtain, it separates the front from the back. And then of course you can use the air gun to to clean up the back, and then push everything to the front, and it's less hassle to clean. Now, the reason why I got rid of the flooring to begin with was because I got tired of the flooring in the middle, because it had like this natural dip to it. And once I pulled everything up, I realized why that was the case. Because the International LT has like little ribs on the floors, and they're just like short ribs right across the entire middle section of the floor, and those ribs give it a lot of free play. That's why you got this. So when I'm driving, the first time I hear this, I'm like, what's going on? Something's loose back there. But no, it's just the flexing of the hardwood floor with the flexing of the the metal like this. So like I said, I have one of these underneath it. Now if I was to put two of them underneath it and then secure it, then that will kind of compress this, because this could easily compress, right? It takes a little bit of force, but it could compress. But I'm thinking that I could put this on here to compress it in the middle where it naturally dips down like that, and that'll prop up the middle and firm it up. That's the plan. But other than that, I got some what do you call them damn things? Rivet screws that I'm actually drill into the flooring. Because what I'm gonna do, because here's the plan. I want to eliminate having all of these holes on the floor, because where the refrigerator platform thing is, there's like 8 holes. Four of them being used, but there's 4 other holes that were underneath there when I pulled everything up. So you got those. Then you got the 2 holes for that's holding the inverter, right? And then you got the 6 holes that's holding the fire extinguisher. Now these are little tiny holes, so a lot of water gets underneath, it starts to rust. You get water on the floor, it comes in and just starts rusting out the inside or whatever. And I want to do away with that. Of course, when I redo this, I'm gonna put like a waterproof membrane down. But what I first want to do is clear up those holes, like I said, because I'm gonna move the power inverter, so there's no longer going to be a bracket on the floor, right? So I'm gonna move that. It's going to be on the wardrobe closet. The fire extinguisher, I'm probably going to drill it to the back side of the wardrobe closet, or when I do the makeshift cabinet right here, I'll put it on there. Because there's only other 2 options. Because I can't put it underneath the sleeper berth, because I have the box for the AC unit under here, right? Because I have the original AC unit for the sleeper right here, and I have this ACU box that connects to the APU that's on this side. So there's not really much space you can have it over, because you can't have it in front of the bunk heater that's underneath this side as well, and it has to be secured. So other option, leave it bolted to the floor, or bolted to the wardrobe, or put it over here. Either way, it's got to go somewhere. So that's the gist right there. And then when it comes time to actually redoing everything, like I said, I'm gonna put a waterproof membrane down, even though it already has like an underlayment installed on the flooring under it, right? Even though it's already got that, it's gonna have another waterproof layer on it. And also I'm gonna plug up a lot of these holes. So like I was like these auto plug things right here that like clips up on the bumpers and stuff like that to hold the plastic together. I was thinking about putting those in there because they're more flexible, and just put like some silicone on it and poke it in there. But I'm like, maybe not the best idea. So the other idea I have is to do like a kind of like a flex seal kind of fix for it, and do it on both sides. So get underneath it, put it on there to kind of secure it, but also secure it at the top as well, so it kind of sandwiches itself. Because when I do the next flooring, I'm actually going to drill up underneath the flooring so it comes up, and then I'm gonna have these metal brackets. So, case I'm gonna get a metal bracket made that fits this, and then when I put it on the floor and drill through it, it's going to be able to go underneath, right? And then I'm gonna take these bolts and push it up through the floor and secure it. So the first panel goes in, I'll secure it. Second panel goes in, secure it, because I think I'm gonna have a transition. Well, these are going to have to be 2 full pieces, so it's probably going to stop right about here, and another one's going to stop like right about here. So those will all be 1 piece, and then I could just slide a piece in right here, if you understand how floorings are put together when it's tight like this. but it's going to be secured right there, right? Coming through, nut on top, and then you still have a place to secure the refrigerator with the straps, and it's going to be the same thing right here. Bolt up from the bottom, washers, nuts on tops, and that's it. So this bracket won't be secured into the floor like it currently is, but it'll be secured into the floor upward. And then, like I said, I'm going to use the rivet bolts that I have on, and those are going to actually go into the floor. So those rivet bolts are going to go into the floor, excuse me, and then I'm going to have a washer underneath, and then it's going to be the underlayment, and then the flooring, and then the washer on top, and then the screw. So like right here, the screw is going to screw down into the floor, and that's going to compress everything. So 2 on this side, 2 on this side, and 2 underneath the bunk. So that's all it's going to hold it. That everything right there is going to be held right there, and there's going to be a transition board in the front, and just gonna that's how everything's going to be. That's the plan. And yeah, quick little rundown. Try to make it as painless as possible. You know, don't want to make a 30-minute video talking about, you know, long-winded stuff. But also, like I said, make sure y'all have tire repair kit, you know, plugs, drills if you actually plan on doing some type of stuff with your truck, tools, so like torque wrenches, socket wrenches, stuff like that, you know, just the basic stuff. Also oils change stuff for your PMs, that way you don't go to a shop and they say, oh, we don't have it. You know, you always have spares with you, and that's it. But until next time, thank you for watching, thanks for showing love, thanks for leaving comments. I only do this for fun, don't get paid to do it, don't really care about getting paid. It's not a thing that I'm invested in. But I do have a video intro that I will be putting up on here in a couple of days when I decide to actually put it together, because it's on my iPad. But till next time, keep doing what y'all do, try to stay safe, and keep being the best version of yourself as you can be, because the way that this world is going right now, we all starting to look like asses and making asses of ourselves. But I embrace being an ass, because some people want the smoke but can't handle the smoke. But until next time, peace.